So, oh yeah, and there we are, already in the pick and ban. So let's just jump over to that, I guess. Yeah. Last time we have last pick and ban phase, we've seen a lot of yeah, bans being targeted to the mid lane, but to a point where Slitic was again forced onto the Victor, or well, went for the Victor by himself, and then was pitted against the Lucian again. And so far, we have seen that this is not a good matchup for him. So I'd rather see him going for, I don't know.
Seriously? Seriously? Lame.
For something, I don't know, for the Orianna or something, or maybe go for something really aggressive. But I'm not sure if, I don't know, chases Zeds or something like that. But it doesn't seem like it's in his hero pool. But there we go with some really targeted bans they don't want to mess around with after the first game. So Zac and Lucian are gone. Which, by the way, leaves open, for example, the chase that was banned before, because that was a target ban against Cupcake. Or the Syndra, which is something that Elat Toti is playing a lot. What?
I recommend skipping.
What is the problem, Cold Cookie? What is the stream? Something with the stream or anything? It shows that everything is fine on my screen. So just tell me if there is an issue with, I don't know, frame rates or sound or anything. Yeah, and the last thing was Lulu. So three picks that were actually used in the last game were banned this time around. And the first pick was a Tristana. So we see a big focus on the AD carry, even though there is enough open for Golden God to pick from. But maybe, let me check the notes. Yeah, I mean, okay, if you go for Trist, obviously the Jinx is open. If you go for Jinx, the Trist is open. I don't know. Not sure if it's that necessary to pick that in such a hurry, for such a high priority. Other than that, Morgana and Jhin. This is actually really surprising. Not so much the Morgana. Morgana is one of the Joshi's really great picks. Joshi is very precise with his skill shots, so I like it when I see him on a more proactive role, not something like the Janna. I think it's wasted potential for such a good support. Even though I know it's Janna is at the moment a really good pick and stuff, especially due to the Art and Sensor. I think Thresh, Morgana, Blitzcrank, something that allows him to play with such a great AD carry that is Golden God, gives them a much better lane. Oh, they also went for Blitzcrank. Oh, so the Morgana is actually for Slitic. So that was debated. But yeah, Blitzcrank also really well for Joshi. So now the last few bans, since there was no mid lane, I think, yeah, Syndra will be one, and I think the other one that we will see or could see is either the Chase for the top lane or the Orianna. That the Orianna is also gone. On the other side, it will be hard. Pride has a big hero champion pool, so they will not be able to ban him out. But maybe they can target, the jungle. So with Gragas gone, another aggressive thing that Jumbo is playing is, for example, Kha'Zix. But there is also the Elise And then, I think there's just too much
what I
for
could
them.
offer.
Oh, so they prioritize the Cassia over the Orianna. So Elat is either again going for something fancy like the Lucian, and they run a double AD carry comp,
Won't be denied.
which I doubt a little bit. Don't think it's necessary with the Tristana, but the Lucian just worked really well. And I think Morgana is actually probably even worse. Has it a little bit easier in the first in the earlier levels because she can shove the lane easier than Victor, because Victor is reliant on his laser upgrade, but I don't know. And this is more of a lineup I want to see from the Swiss team. Now we get lots of aggression. Oh, top lane will be great. The Chase versus Jarvan, if this actually is going to be the top lane. Yeah, it seems like Cupcake gets his main champion. And now it's just a question, what will... Oh, or they switch it around. Okay, Joe actually goes onto the lane, right? Or not. They have a lot of options here. And they go for the Orianna, as to be expected. Which means the jungle is probably... I don't know. I would say they go for the Elise, just to keep in theme with the aggressiveness. Yeah, there we go. Allowing Jumbo to keep up his pressure in the early game. Well, Stapak, you are, if you want to cast some of these games, more than happy. You can contact the SCSF directly on Twitter or wherever, and then just tell them you would like to cast, because for all these games we're always looking for more casters. There are not a lot of people doing it, so yeah, let me know, let them know, and maybe for the next game you can actually join us, so I don't have to solo cast. So yeah, for the... Now we have the spectators delay. And overall, I think this game will be even more aggressive than the last one. This time both teams going full ham. Both top laners really aggressive. We don't have some tank fests or anything. Aggressive jungling from the Swiss team. But still, Jumbo a little bit behind the other junglers, in my opinion, in terms of the early ganks. Likes to play some aggressive jungles, but all in all, he's oftentimes behind the rotation. So most of the time, his successful stuff that he does are the counter ganks. But I'd like to see him a little bit more in a proactive position, because this is where the Swiss team actually shines. And it's actually nice to see that this time around we have with Israel, we have another aggressive team getting some real kill fests. And I assume last time we had 40 kills. I just assume that this time around we'll actually have even more. Nope. Just for the waiting time, we can actually have some music in the background. Now, overall, the lineups. I mean, the late game scaling of the Israeli team is pretty crazy, so the Swiss team has to make it count early. Though with Blitzcrank you can never rule out some surprising stuff in the mid to late game. Just, it is still probably the most deadly of all the hooks. If you manage to get something like an Orianna or Tristana, it should be could just decide the game by itself. But now that some of the players on the Israeli team actually are on their main champs, it will be. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, there was a reason that they banned the chase. It is Cupcake's most played hero, and it has a decent win rate. It's not as crazy as is Camille, but we have seen him in the last game not pussyfooting around and just going for all the fights that he can take, and even those that he can't. Now it's just a question if the teams keep on the sloppy plays. Whoops, just in game. There we go. Because both teams like to go for risks, for really risky plays. And this makes for really swingy games. I mean, that's great to watch, but I think it's not that fun to play, I guess, because you can. Oh, someone is disconnected. On the Swiss side, I assume. So, anyway, we are here now in the second game of this series. It's for those who are just joining us. We are in the exhibition game between the Israel team and the Swiss team. The Israeli team is now on the blue side, and they're leading 1-0 after a really great performance in the first match, where we had 40 kills in 28 minutes, over 40 kills even in 28 minutes. And now with even more aggressive lineups, it's to be expected that there is more kills going to happen. And now we have a few technical issues on the player side. Seems to happen quite frequently, I guess. Every game we have one of these. Sorry, every series, not every game. What the hell? This time around, I think the bot lane just looks way better for the Swiss team. And since a lot of their strength actually comes from the bot lane, Golden God and Joshi being both splendid individual players, but also their coordination on the bot lane actually looks splendid too. And they're just getting a lot of upper hands in the upper hand in most of the matchups. But last game they just picked such a weak lane for the early game, in my opinion, that they fell behind, and that's usually not a good sign. We have seen the Swiss team win when the mid lane is struggling, but when the bot is not doing well, that usually is a sign of impending doom. Now with Jhin, I mean, Jhin is probably not the best pick for Goldenrod to play towards all his strengths. I think if he has one of the AD carries where he can show his mechanical skills more, that would actually be better. But nonetheless, just the more balanced matchup they have on the bot lane should be a really strong point for the Swiss team in this game. Other than that, I think the mid lane for Slitic should work better this time around. There is not that much pressure that he has from the AD carries. I think this more traditional matchup between Orianna and Morgana is something that suits him better. Oh, there's the reconnect, and I think the game should be on pause in a second. And on top lane, we have the one of the most aggressive matchups that we have seen in a long time. J4 versus Jace. So that's a matchup that can be decided by level 2 or 3. If one of them goes just full ham. Like the first kill there will probably be deciding factor. Unless there is a lot of jungling interaction going on. There we go. And since the game is resumed now, we stop the music here. And we can start. Great. Again, both teams seem to just split up and cover the entrances. So there is no protection against the Blitzcrank. Against the South African team, we have seen that as soon as the Blitzcrank was in the game, the opponent team grouped up. So, because it's just to be expected that if there's a Blitzcrank, chances that they're gonna invade or try to do something cheeky are way higher. But not right now. I mean, with Blitzcrank, Morgana, and Elise, there is a lot of lockdown that you can put onto the one that gets grabbed. So, or even just set up the grab. I mean, you can just also start with the Morgana binding and then grab that person. So there are a lot of options, but the Swiss team is not opting in. And we get a. Do we get a big leash here for the jungler, or is he just starting red? Poor. Yeah. Whoop! We saw that. We saw that flash. Oh, let's hope that this is not going to bite them in the laning phase here, because Minsk and Goshijin won't have such an easy time this time around, I think. Anyway, lanes are starting, junglers. The leash was there for Cho'Gath. And now I'm actually just interested in seeing how this time around this bot lane is playing out. Also, actually, the top lane is also something I want to have an eye on. Just because their stuff can happen really quick. As soon as level 2 or 3 hits and one of them wants to actually commit. See, there we go. A lot of burst here onto Pride. Shock Blast combo doesn't connect, but Cupcake committed in his melee form, getting a really good trade. Pride didn't like recommit, you could say, for the trade and give him the flag combo. Again, he's pushed really far back to the turret, but there's the Chambo. Oh no, the first snare stopped the Cocoon from landing, but this should be the first blood. Well done. This time around, Chambo getting the upper hand, but in terms of ganking pressure, but Cho'Gath is actually sneaking around in the top side. Jungle, he's here waiting for an opportunity to go for Pride, but Pride is actually full life points. I don't know if they really want to dive there. Another engage here from Cupcake, but also he takes quite a bit of damage from the creep wave. But it makes it even harder for Pride there to stay on the top lane, because now look at this big wave. I mean, J4 with his passive shouldn't have the biggest problem to last hit, but still, he's losing quite a bit of CS here. Yeah. We see it, he's already down 7 in total. But now here in the mid lane though. Slithic actually being fine, just farming. Keeping up with the CS, but also bot lane. Losing out on CS. I know, yeah, Jhin usually is a little bit behind in CS in terms compared to the other AD carries, just because of his 4-shot mechanic. It's not that easy to hit all the CS as with the... it's just harder than with the other AD carries. But Tristana on the other hand also has it not that easy just because of her explosives that usually cost you a few CS. But there, Joshi, baiting for the Tristana but going for the support, and that's nice. Because there was the spider waiting in the shadows, ready to pounce, getting a second kill. And seems like the Swiss team also playing for their strengths now a little bit more than last time. Getting their bot lane ahead. A little bit unlucky that Golden God hasn't got any of the kills. Because he certainly... oh! Nice try with the hook. Actually, good pre-aim, but Tristana just... oh, that's aggressive from Cupcake. Tanks another third shot. Now both are really low, but Pride has to be careful because the next combo, and there it is. He has the cooldowns now. Pride cannot even TP back. No, just wait here. The Shock Blast combo hits, but he survives with a little bit of life. And now Cupcake is in a problem because Jambo is there. And such a good timing from Jambo. Really stepping up his game in this match. It's 3-0 now for the Swiss team. Really great early game. Joshi going for wanting a grab. Ooh, goes wide. But the trade still very beneficial for the Swiss team. Unless they keep committing here. Because Golden God had to reel on his gun. Now, oh, that's sneaky. They TP'd onto the ward. And now they come from the side lane. Cupcake in the middle of the lane. I don't think he gets out of here. But where's the Cocoon? Cocoon cannot land. And Pride is actually doing this 1v1 at the moment. There is the last Q. And get another kill. And now Pride is ahead and the bot lane is ahead. Even though, look at this. Oh, why so aggressive? Exhaust is still there. Saves Golden God's life. And costs them a flash. There is no flash on the AD carry. Actually, there is no summoner skills on the AD carry. Meanwhile, mid lane is also in a struggle. A lot of stuff happening here. All the lanes are busy. Yeah, look at this. Pride. This time getting the upper hand also in terms of turret damage. Let's see how the Israeli team tries to get back into the game from this standpoint here. I mean, Elat has no time here in the mid lane to help the other lanes, and Cho'Gath and Ori also have quite a hard time to gank the Morgana. Okay, she missed her shield completely here and just gets bursted down by the shockwave. That was really unlucky, and now Jambo has to run. Toti is not going to flash over the wall. But yeah, first kill in the mid lane again for Switzerland. Missed the shield and yeah, got hit here by the rupture, and the rest was just easy follow-up for the Orianna. And then the 1-2 punch between the knockup and the shockwave was enough to kill the Morgana. Which means more CS difference here in the mid lane. Actually going to lose out the complete wave. That's unfortunate. But even look at this. Jhin is actually 2 kills ahead, or just the bot lane is 2 kills ahead. But The CS-wise, they're still struggling. And also top lane. Cupcake, even though he died, gets a good trade. Again, committing forward immediately. Oh, that's aggressive! Look at this. Gochujin goes in again, but this time the Spider was again waiting. And top lane, this is going to be a close one. But there's no turret damage and the minions are also not enough. Cupcake gets away with his life. Even though, I mean, Bilgewater against Yamat, yeah. It's not that easy to win that trade. I mean, there was the Ninja Toppers were already there for the Jarvan. But, yeah. An Earth Dragon, though, that definitely helps them. Helps the Swiss team, because they had issues with the objectives, with the turrets. So, maybe with the Earth Dragon, it's a little bit easier for them. Oh, did X-Rangel just use the popcorn? There's nobody to help him. That 1v1 should actually be for Pride. Look at this. There, the ward against the Flash. Whoa, Flash is not even ready. Oh, the knock up in the last second, and that's it. Oh my god, Cupcake was close enough, and X-Rangel survives with 12 life points. Oh, that was unlucky for Pride. Now, 2 kills on the J4. Sorry, on the chase. 30 CS ahead. It even was necessary. I mean, yeah, Slitek was actually on the rotation, but he was a little bit slower. Now Elise has to take mid lane. Oh, the wave is not wasted. Oh, bot lane going for an engage. There is the silence, but with the knockback from the Janna, maybe it's enough. Exhaust on the AD carry. Good positioning here from Minsk. But this itsy bitsy spider is coming from the backline, and there's the curtain call. Knock up. Oh, 2 shots missed, but the last one is the final act, and the Tristana dies, even though Cupcake came for help and gets a trade in. So, not all in vain, but now 3 versus 3 on the bot lane, but there's no dragon. Let's see how this plays out. Mid lane is going for another fight, but Slitek is just getting the short end of the stick. Aggressive flash from Elatoti, and again another solo kill. Here a solo kill from the Orianna. Now being not even a level ahead though, but I mean, yeah, really rough spot here for Sly. Again, getting the solo kills in, and it looked so well in the first few minutes. But the Israel team recovering really fast. Now Joshi waiting with the hook. Patience pays off, and then there is the shotgun button. Oh, the aggressive flash into the Cho'Gath. They get a kill, but why is it stuck, guys? I want to know what's happening here. Okay, X-Rangel noms the AD carry. And this is the problem. Both teams really aggressive, go for really aggressive plays, but if there is no vision, like we have here, see, there is everything is darkness. Why would you flash as the AD carry? It's just I mean, yeah, they're trying to get something back. They're trying to make the play, but sometimes, yeah, patience is key. If it works off, if they can manage to pull it off, it's great. But yeah, if you get punished, it's even worse. You lose all the summoners, and then you still just trade 1v1. And now we have the lane swap, obviously. Since bot lane is open, this means that Israel will send Tristana to the top lane. And Switzerland has to answer. The spider rotated with them. They could actually abort their teleports. Now let's see. Goshichin is still like just baited the hook. But yeah, Goshijin really has to care a little bit. I mean, now he's playing Tristana and just jumping into the enemies over and over again. Ooh, let's see. Hook wasn't used by Joshi, just baiting a little bit, giving them time for the spider to set up. Jumbo is there, but the ping was already out, so they suspect that the Elise is there. That's why really great that he's waiting in the second brush, because they suspect that there is someone there. And since they are since they think they're outnumbered, they're playing defensively. Very well done. Just is going aggressive, missing the hook though, and just getting a full stack explosive charge to the face for his miss. And I just need to change something in camera control real quick. No, not this one, thank you. Oh, and there is the hook. And the knockback from the Janna with the flash. That's enough. And now one shot missing. The second shot hits. The third too. And that's enough for Jumbo to get the double kill. And now Slytic is also there. But the rest of the Israeli team is rotating with them. I don't think they can save the third. But nice look again from Joshi here. The shockwave is there, but it's not enough to get anything. But X-Rangel, ooh, can he turn it around? No, he has to flash. Oh, I just see. Joshi actually died here. Golden God has the movement speed buff. Nice side steps here from X-Rangel. Silence is there. I don't think that's enough. And with the last auto attack, Golden God manages to kill the big void monster. And they can also get their first turrets in both games. Ooh. Was that a flash from Goshijin? Yes, it was. And that's actually a double kill. Really nice play here. I mean, as I said, Goshijin takes all the shots he needs to, and also those that he don't. But with him going just for now Blitzcrank can actually steal it. Ah, that shockwave, that shock blast combo, just not quite enough to get the blue. And the Swiss team came back into the game quite nicely. 2k difference, it's not that much. Oh, why is Sly going so aggressive? He knows that there is Tristana didn't leave, sorry. And yeah, that just means another flash gone. And both are both get hit by the J4 ultimate. And now the chaos ensues. The Cupcake coming in here. Oh, that's really aggressive play there from Oriana, stepping into the whole Swiss team. And Cupcake was not sure if he wants to follow or not, hesitating there after the first combo. Was just hovering on the sidelines, and that actually managed allowed the Swiss team to get another kill. 2-0 here. And now they rotate to mid lane, but Sly is a little bit up front. The rest of them actually going for the Herald. Yep, getting it again. So at least Swiss team really great with the Heralds. Has gotten them in all 4 games that we've seen since Saturday. In this series and in the last series. And now with the gold lead reduced, the mid lane is the mid game is actually pretty open again. And we see once again Golden God with the 6-2-5 being the pillar for his team.
Red team's turret has
Uncontested mid turret. That's ooh, Cupcake. Again, once again, players over and over again staying so aggressive on the lane when their vision is not there. The river is just, and that's it. There he goes. Another kill for the Golden God. I mean, if you take a glance at the river, there is not a lot of vision for the Israel team on the upper side of the jungle. And then there's just no way when your turret is down, your 31 turret is down, that you should stick your head so far ahead. And there, Pride goes for another fight, has to get out immediately. Goshichin though dives after him and gets a kill. They trade 1v1, and now it's 4v2 scenario, but Goshichin once more gets killed actually before he can get Jumbo, gets him with the dot, and the 2v2 trade is what's the result of this battle. Good rotation here from the Swiss team. Losing out on the top turret though. And yeah, so basically what happened in the last series versus South Africa is happening here. Swiss team comes back, gets a few kills, they rotate nicely in terms of kills, but they always need one player more at the spot, which just means the Israel team gets free turrets or free damage onto the turrets and chip away step by step on the objectives. And now they actually go for a really aggressive and early Baron. Does the Swiss team know? J4 is actually here. He dropped the ward, but the Baron is already on half life. Now we see Goshichin is coming from the backside, is actually shooting on the AD carry. Ooh, goes really low. Baron is on 1400. What's happening here? Two players. Pride is in the Baron pit, but doesn't get it. Loses the Smite War, and the AD carry actually dies. Mid laner is also dead, and the third guy is also down. Fourth player, and now it's just a matter of time that Joshi dies too. So basically, they're gonna ace everything. The Swiss team spots the Baron, rotates, but it's not enough, and they also lose the Smite. So this is as good as it gets for the Israel team. Meaning now they have the Baron buff and are 4 players ahead, which just means that tier 2 turret in the mid, and Oriana is actually also pushing wave into the turret. Since they're low though, I think they go back, spent their well-earned money. We have 2k on 3 players. Elat Toti should also go back, I guess. There's a lot of money waiting to be spent for him too. Yeah, there we go. Tristana now on her 3rd finished item. Oh, nice! Nice jump from Golden God. There is no shockwave for Ori, just in a few seconds. And maybe in the 2v1, yeah, Jumbo can finish the rest. Shockwave comes out, but the curtain call gets Ori. And now 10-3-7 for Golden God. By the way, meanwhile on the other side, Goshichin 7-4-2. Also, both AD carries just carrying their teams hard. Oh, Hook goes wide. Sorry, Grab goes wide. Jumbo goes low. Goshichin already looking for the next kill. And now Israel is pushing into the base really hard. Oh, there is the knockup. That should be enough. Nom 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 on the AD carry. Even though Charman goes for the ultimate, but I think they rather trapped themselves instead of actually engaging. And there is another kill. The Shock Blast gets another one, and the rest of the team falls. Ooh. Careful, the laser. Laser getting the only kill for the Swiss team. And I think this is probably the end. There we go. 4 players alive, buffed up, super buffed Tristana. Turrets fall like just dominoes. There we go for the Nexus. And that's it. 2-0 for the Israeli team. Really, really well done. Even though the Swiss team got their foot back a little bit in the mid game, it was just not enough. And with 2 great plays, especially the sneaky Baron, that was the nail in the coffin. And that's 2-0. Yeah, for Israel. So yeah, with that, we were actually